The Tale of Iyo, Chapter 2. The story continues. After completing the first chapter of the raid, you'll be able to continue the chase to stop Iyo in the second chapter. However, the second chapter is much harder than the first, and you need to work together in order to complete it. You'll need to coordinate jumps, take separate paths, and hold points. For a lot of people, this is the most difficult chapter, and it's also the longest one. When we first got our hands on it, it took many of us hours to complete without a guide. With this guide, you should have a shorter and smoother time. The intro: once you spawn in, you follow a path filled with enemies. This sets the tone of the raid. There are captains and crows waiting for you to continue. You don't have to kill these enemies, you can run on by and tank the hits. Once you run the stairs past the third crow, you can throw down a smoke bomb and continue running. They won't follow you. Eventually, you'll come up to a point where you'll see 3 attunement totems. The first test: you're now at the first test, the Chasm of the Buried. When you're at the attunements, you'll have to decide who is taking which color. It's important that the person without a color can communicate because they are the only one who can see which platform is which. For later, it's also important that they have a long-ranged weapon, like a bow. First set of platforms, the blue player must step onto the platform so everyone can jump toward the wall to reach the treasure chest. Once all enemies are defeated, exit the cave, take the hook, and swing back. Now, all players with a color must stand on the pressure plates so that the colorless player can cross the platforms to the other side. Once there, the colorless player that stands on the pressure plate to activate the platforms for the green, blue, and yellow players. The colorless player can call out the colors for the others. After reaching the other side, you must kill all enemies and stand on the pressure plates to let the colorless player rejoin you. Stay on your pressure plates. The colorless player will cross the newly opened platforms and follow the path to the next pressure point, making sure to avoid being grabbed by the eye. While standing on that pressure point, the 3 colored players, green, blue, and yellow, can move across the platforms to the next spot. If any of them get caught by the eye, the player on the pressure plate can free them using the bow. When all 3 players have reached the other side, they must stand on the pressure plates there, so the colorless player can follow. The colorless player then moves across the next platforms and heads upward. The colored players must fight off enemies, while the colorless player reaches the top and stands on the pressure point. Now, you can continue across the next platforms. The first is green, followed by orange. At this point, everyone must stop and jump toward the wall to the left at the exact same moment. If timed correctly, everyone will die and respawn directly next to the crystal. At the crystal, place it in the gate. Once it opens, swing down using the hook and eliminate all enemies. Break the orange, blue, and green seals. After that, head to the treasure chest. Once you've cleared it, move toward the gate and take out all the enemies there. Now, 2 players must stand in the blood pools on both the left and right sides. As soon as the enemies are inside the circle, you must kill them all within that area. You'll see red symbols there. When the circle of red symbols is complete, the large gate will open. Proceed to the next treasure chest. Once you're finished there, follow the path. Use the bow to shoot the rings and move across the platforms. You will eventually reach a point where you need to shoot into the circles on the right and left with the bow to activate the next platforms and cross to the other side. Before you do that, make sure to grab the treasure chest nearby. Now you can cross over to the other side. To collect the orange essence and break the orange seal. This will lift the veil. After heading up the stairs, 1 player must stand on the pressure plate while another heads left, navigating across the rocks and using the hooks to swing toward the green essence. Once collected, use it to break the green seal, which will dissipate the next veil. Now you can move upward. From there, you must shimmy along the wall to reach and activate the push button. This triggers more platforms to appear, allowing a player to reach both the green and blue essences. Break the green seal first. Then, while 1 player stands on the next pressure point, another swings over to the blue seal. Destroy the blue seal and pick up the orange essence. This allows you to reach the orange seal and break it. The veil will open and you may proceed. Now go to the left and 2 to the right via the stairs. There you will open the gate. The red sphere is located in the back area. 2 enemies must die directly next to it for the sphere to open, revealing the crystal. Carry the crystal to the gate to open it. Next, use the hooks to swing over to the other side. Head up the stairs and shoot the white circle on the tower. This will cause more platforms to appear. You can now move across these platforms, where you will find 3 colors: orange, blue, and green. Use these to navigate across the subsequent platforms. The player without a color can call out the colors of the platforms for the other. Now reached the final treasure chest. After that, you can continue across the platforms once you have activated them by shooting the white ring. The player with the green essence must stay on the green platform so that everyone can proceed. Next is blue. Everyone should wait there and shoot the white ring again to reactivate the platforms. Now you can move forward. First comes green, then orange, and green once more to reach the other side. Once you've headed up, shoot the white ring on the tower to cross the platforms to the end. As you move across, you must first stop and stay on orange. Then stop at blue and shoot the white ring on the tower again to reactivate the platforms so you can reach the final section. Now you just have to place the 4 crystals on the tower. 2 players defend the blood pool on the right and left so that the enemies cannot reach it, while the orange player goes across the platforms to the second crystal with another player. You must open all doors and find your way through the labyrinth. Then, place the crystal on the tower. Now, the blue player can cross the platforms with another player to get the stairs crystal. There, you must open all doors again, fight the enemies, and bring the crystal to the tower. Next, 1 player goes to the right of the large tower and another to the left across the platforms to the dryer and stands on it. 2 platforms will now open, allowing a player to grab the final crystal and place it on the tower. You've done it. You can now leave the game through the large gate.